Hello, everybody. Welcome into
Hello.
Jesus. See, Eli, you need to cut that. You need to put earbuds in because, yeah, we got that back feed of the tunes and everything. So, yeah, not a great way to start the show. But, anyways, welcome in, everybody, to Out of Rhythm Spitting Seeds edition. I'm your guest, not your guest. Yeah, I'm the guest. Eli's the host.
Yeah,
Donovan's the sidekick.
right.
Well, dang, guys, it's actually been a minute. Well, Donovan's been busy, and
It's too busy.
yeah. So me and Eli have been kicking off the sides of doing a little football stuff because we had the draft and all that good fun stuff, and yeah, it's been interesting. That's for damn sure. So
Which reminds me, right now I am going to post in the Discord channel my up-to-date Dynasty drafts conglomerate so that anyone whom may be entering into their first-year player drafts for Dynasty will have an idea where players are going.
oh, here we go.
I know a lot of those have already started, but I have one 32-team league with IDP that is nearly complete, probably be finished tonight. So
Ooh,
you'll have a good idea where players are going and
yes,
use it
yes,
to
we
your
will.
advantage. So I will post that there as we kick this baby off.
Yes. Well, good evening, Eric. Glad you can join us tonight. And Sound Money, we actually have to read Eric's comment. How does that work? We just talk, or I'm just kidding, man. Just giving you some shit. Anyways, how's your baseball guy? Well, how has your baseball been the last couple weeks, everybody?
Well, why don't you start out, Eli?
Well, I got that ass whooped. Oh God.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn, dude,
not good.
not good, huh?
Not good. Doing better this week so far, but it's only we're only a day in the books. But yeah, it was a rough go last week. 20 man. Man. Let me see where it was really. I mean, it was a 13-4 loss, like in the categories, but it was super close. So I mean, it really could have gone either way. Look at going down all the statistical categories. Only thing he really rated me on was innings pitched, and he got me by almost 30 innings. So,
Yeah.
slaughtered me there. But everything else was, I mean, within razor's edge. So I mean, it could have gone, who knows, 9-8, 10-7, something like that. But and in my and then following the league, outside of fantasy, I mean, guys, look at the Rays. I'm representing for not quite the not. I'm gonna need to get myself an old school, like I'm gonna get one of the Devil Ray shirts and cut the sleeves off like I do. But man, Tampa's killing it. This is one of the this is like 27 Yankees category, minus a lot of the talent, but the way they're starting, or the 2001 Mariners, it's, Dodgers from a few years ago, just killing it, man. I think they can, I think the Rays can get at least 110 wins. I don't think that's out of the question. I mean, the way they're starting.
Yeah,
Jon
I
Snow
mean,
crushed
they, I
the 20,
mean,
man. Ooh. See,
yeah,
Sean, he's killing the 20, man. What am I doing? He's killing his 20, man. I need to take some advice from Sean here.
Well, he is in our 20
He
man.
is in
Eli.
the 20 man.
That's why he
Oh,
made
he
the
is.
comment.
Oh.
That's why you're
Well,
you're getting crushed.
Then he sees what I'm doing. Man, all right.
Well, yeah, maybe you can ask him some questions. Like, hey, man, what am I doing wrong? No, I actually had a pretty good
What
week.
am I doing wrong?
Yeah. I moved up. I'm actually in 12th. I'm not in like last place anymore. So I mean, I'm doing something right. It's I've been kind of hitting that waiver wire a little bit, trying to find guys that are hot too. I mean, I picked up a couple of AIDS guys here and there that kind of helped out my, some of my categories. I mean, if there is a pitcher, there's a pitcher I might wing now. If I look at his innings pitched first and kind of see what he's doing, but there's some pitchers I've just kind of like start them and see what happens, kind of thing. Because you're in a deep league, especially a deep league like that. It's other than that, I've kind of came out pretty good with some of those. And in the Joe Rogan, I was first place at the end of April, but now I moved down to 5th, so I'm still kind of I'm kind of struggling there a little bit, but I'm still trying to keep my pace going, which is not easy. So,
Yeah.
Sean, oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Go ahead. You want to finish? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna read. Sean says, and he beat Chris Tower in the listeners league. So, yeah, I've been trying to
Hats
kind
off.
of. Yeah, that's pretty impressive, man. That's the
This is straight
CBS guys.
Everclear, by the way.
Don't lie. That's water. The CBS guys are. I mean, they're no joke. I mean, they kind of know what they've been kind of doing, but I mean, they're just analysts, just like everybody else. I mean, they can't predict the future, so I mean, there's stats out there that can help a person out, but other than that, you're not going to win them all. That's for damn sure.
That's for sure. Unless you're in the 10-team points league that we're in, I'm going to win them all. But
No, rematch is coming soon, and I'm gonna whoop your ass.
I do have a table leg problem this week.
Get it out!
He is
Ugh.
he's got
Battle.
a battle going, a battle brewing in the points league. So I have to figure out what to do. I didn't have any pitchers going. I don't have any 2-star pitchers. Well, there might be one from the Tuesday crap, today's crap, but I didn't have anybody on Monday. So I might just call this one I might just lay down this week and not
come
do anything.
on.
Well, I can't make 50 moves to try and win, but we'll see.
No, I mean, actually, he actually I played Jared last week, and the inside is I really hit that waiver wire.
Yeah, I might do it yet. It's still early.
Well,
he had some damn good pitching performances up.
yeah, he did because like he started out. He actually at the beginning he had like 250 some odd points right off the bat. I'm like, oh shit, dude, So
Yeah.
I mean, it took me like almost all week to like catch him, and I'm like, I'm lucky I had like 5 pitchers go in one day, so that helped me out quite a bit to actually catch him. And pretty much toward the weekend, I actually surpassed him. So, yeah, it was a struggle. That's for that's for damn sure. And you got to hope that some of your batters actually get some home runs in there. That will help you out quite a bit too. So,
Yeah. So yeah, the Fielder Invitational. I think I'm in like 8th. So time to do some adjustments there. I'm not doing very well in the Joe Rogan. I have to figure out what's up with that. Most of it's my pitching. I think I took for granted in such a deep league that I'm not going to be able to move guys around. So I'll figure that out.
Yeah, it's an adjustment for sure. I mean, especially when you get 20 people in there, and then because I mean, you played in dynasties and stuff like that. I mean, I'm more accustomed to the 20 man. I like the 20 mans a little bit more because it gives you, especially when you're drafting, you want to make sure you get some of the guys that you want to get. You're going to keep for the whole freaking year,
Right.
and then hopefully there's no injuries or anything like that. And then it's pretty much you're gonna hopefully not try to use up all your waiver ads throughout the whole season. So that's the other thing.
The Joe Rogan one, I think, is where I lost Robbie Ray. So that's a huge blow.
Oh, I lost Robbie Ray in our, I think the other R20 man. I think I had him. So I'm like,
that's a huge blow to a league of that size.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, currently in 136th in the TGFBI overall, so that's pretty good. I was hanging down in the low 200s for a while, but I've had a good little stretch here of luck, so I'll be picking that up. And my couple home leagues I'm doing well in. My 30-team league I'm in 5th, so things are good on my end for leagues.
Well, that's good
overall. You can't win them all, like you said. So I can't be perfect in everything.
No, you can't at all. I mean, the only league I'm struggling is in Eli, your brother's league. I'm kind of having a tough time. I mean, I don't know why, but I mean, I'm getting my ass.
Jay, I figured it out. I think he's sabotaging you.
I think he is. He is. He doesn't want me to win
because every other league, Jay does a bunch of fantasy sports, obviously, and like. See, my brother, I don't know the way he structures his league. It's like he always, I think he's up to some funny business. I think Eric, you can comment. I know you're here, so
he is.
Speak your piece. It's not, but there's always a comeback.
Well, see, the little difference.
It's not even June yet, so like in Donovan too. Donovan was ringing off his situation too, and yeah, guys, it's still early in the league. We're not even halfway through May, so and a lot of these ball players too. I know later in the show I'll talk about a few cold, guys that are ice cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
we need to look at the big picture.
Yeah, for sure. I think he doesn't want me to do a repeat, so that's why he's trying to sabotage me. I think that's why.
That's exactly what it is.
But no, see, he brought me. The hell was that?
I was gonna say
my loud son came in.
Okay, go ahead, Eli.
Oh, I was gonna say, if they haven't yet, go and join the Discord. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh,
we put it in the scroll every week, and we put it down there, and it's a lovely graphic. There we go. Came back, went away, came back. So yeah, join the Discord, and then if you want to listen to us, after the fact, because we like to ramble on. So there's a lot of long episodes we do. You know what? Check us out a couple different places. Google, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I say it every week. We're moving up in the world slowly but surely, and you can get some more Donovan, more of me, more of Jamie. The world needs more of Jamie. I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck, yeah, dude! I just heard some fucking thunder over my earbud or my headphones. Holy,
I did too. It's raining down in Sioux Falls. I don't know what's going on in Wisconsin with Donovan, but yeah, we got some weather out here in eastern South Dakota.
Beautiful here.
No, we have a little thunder.
Yeah, of course.
One of the smaller towns. We had one of those. That was super loud, dude. Because I was listening to you and I heard a boom. That's why I was like, dude, what the hell was that, man? But yeah, that sucker was loud as hell.
I was like, I didn't
holy
shit.
But yeah, I was just gonna
before I cut you off. Finish up. I was gonna say, yeah, if you want to finish up your baseball point, I mean, it's got the Discord and pods, and yeah, I think you were finishing up your baseball point, Jay.
Oh no, make sure in our episodes on Spotify, I usually try to put up a little poll and stuff like that. So go over there and check that out. That'll help us out a little bit on Spotify. Get us that will help us get recognized a little bit more. Dude, if you guys want to leave us like a 5-star review or 4-star or something on Apple Play or Apple Pods, so we can at least get recognized a little bit more. I don't know if Google Play has a 5 or I don't know if you can make a rating.
Let me check. That's my server of choice.
Yeah, because I don't
live check-in right now.
Yeah, I don't know much about that, but yeah, go ahead. Give us. I think you can rate us on Spotify as well too. I think so. So check that out. Go over there and check out the poll and whatnot while you're listening to our pod, and just vote or whatever. I mean, it's just something I try to do and try to get that recognized a little bit more to help us out in the Spotify feeds and stuff like that for recommendations and whatnot. So, yeah.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm just not smart enough to find it.
I haven't looked at our how much we're getting played over there because I haven't really dug too much into that. So yeah, I was going to try to find that out one day, and I wasn't quite sure on that. But well, anyways, guys,
I'll leave the first review right now. Great pod, great guys.
Okay, make sure it's a 5-star and not just a 1-star.
Of course. Great.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel?
No, you don't want that on there. I'll lie. I'm not scared. Great pod, great guys, great time.
He's not a that.
All right.
There it is. We got our first 5-star on Google.
Ooh, snack, crackle, and poppy. But all right, guys. So today we're gonna do a little keep cut trade, and we'll get some temperature checks, and then I don't know. I think there's some other headlines going. Hey, Donovan, that looks like the same glass I have. Is that a football glass?
It is.
Yes, I got that same one. Isn't that a quinky dink? But yeah,
quinky dink.
Yeah, that's what we always drink out of, or I drink out of when I do the Thursday show at his place. Sometimes that's hilarious. He's got
great minds think alike is the saying. So
yeah, that's for sure.
Do you guys want to talk about some of the I'll give you a
Oh,
5-star review.
Sean says if you can pronounce a baseball player named Jay, I'll give you a 5-star review. Oh,
Oh,
Jar Jurins.
that's
No,
not fair. That's not
yeah, that's
fair.
probably not fair. I'm a name. I'm a
About
butcher
Christian
of
Walker,
names.
he can do.
Right? No, I think that's I think that's pretty close. It's Jair Jurans. Yeah, I think that's maybe butcher that maybe some, but
We'll
English
find
is
out. We'll find out how close you are by how many stars he gives us.
right. He'll be like 1 star. I don't like the
One and
I
a
don't like
half
the pod.
star.
1 star. It was really Jay Jurgens.
Yeah, yeah. English was
Like a lotion brand for women. Jergens.
pro- probably is.
There it is. Oh, 4. Yeah, 4. 4 is good. 4 is
Yeah,
good.
4 is
Hey,
good enough. Yeah, I
it
appreciate
got
that,
me out of
man.
high school. 4
Or
stars
it's
got me
not
out of
even
high
that.
school.
uh, but yeah,
You guys want to get into some of the injuries?
yeah,
So,
we can. Yeah,
Max
we
Fried
can.
went down.
Yeah, there was quite a few.
Uh,
The Houston's guy went down. I can't think of his name offhand. Sorry, but we got a little sidetracked here. So let's get this on the right track here.
our show, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, we only got so much time too, as well. Come on now. I don't have until Christmas.
It's 9:30.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of the cutoff. All right. Some money says it's probably like Jordan Dan. Just kidding.
Church.
All right.
Church.
Yes, I know. I know. If you guys did, Aaron Judge got. He's back in the lineup now. So if you get, so guys, make sure you guys get, or if you have Aaron Judge, make sure you get him back in your lineups. I got him back in my lineups here, and for this week, that was very well useful. But yeah, I had to make a lot of decisions, and I actually had to drop. I actually dropped one of my favorite guys in the points league was Tyler Anderson. He hasn't really done anything, so I dropped him in points league. But categories, I think he'd do all right in categories, but points league it's not so hot right now. I think it's just him being with the Angels, and he's not looking too great right now. All right. Eli, did you have a
They aren't
few?
looking too great.
Yeah.
I- How about Mr. Glass, Eloy Jimenez with just the most random thing he could get? The I'm gonna butcher this. 3 stars now. Abdominectomy, I think is how you say that.
Oh, yep.
Just
His one of the guy's appendix.
or is it appendicitis?
Yep.
That bum. I have him in my 30 team, so it's not like someone I can just dump and move on from. Like I have to move his sorry ass and his $8 million salary that haunts me. Like, what a bum. What a White Sox. If you look at the White Sox list, it's cleaned up a little bit, but
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Let's see.
Well,
Jalen.
I was gonna mention too, guys. Speaking of the Braves starting pitching, my boy Kyle Wright. Do you know how long he'll be out for? He was hurt at the end of last week.
Let's see. They got him down at. He's getting an MRI for a shoulder strain. Shoulders last a little long because that's a lot of the right. That's a lot of the motion. So yeah, I guess it really depends on what comes back from the MRI before we can really judge how long he's going to be out. But it's going to be a little bit probably. Shoulders.
Yep.
He'll be off a couple weeks for sure.
Yep.
Just because of.
I
mean more than 15 days, a couple weeks.
And I was going to ask you guys too, while we're on the topic of the if you have any, Donovan's great with the prospects. Is there anybody from the Braves farm system that they could call up? With having two of their studs go down for a little bit.
Let me just
for any of these guys, for anybody to pick up, like a Braves pitcher that might get called. I mean, I'll talk about Bryce Miller here later on. What he's doing with the Mariners. So if there's somebody down in AAA that can make a difference.
Yeah. Eric said at least it's not the elbow, and Sean says Elroy is like an appendix, useless. are
Yeah, he
we are
is.
we are we talking about Elroy Jetson?
Elroy.
Elroy Jetson, yes.
That's
I
what
mean,
Eli. That's what Eli called me most of the time. Because I had my hair dyed like
Oh,
blonde
when
or
he dyed his
something.
hair, that was he called him Elroy.
there. So Dodd, Dylan Dodd, Schuster, those are guys that could come back. What's Soroka? Ian Anderson, he's injured though. So Dylan Dodd and Jared Schuster are probably going to come back up. Soroka's been. Let me see if I can figure out where he's at. Mike Soroka was coming back off an injury from last year yet, so he could be a guy in the running. It's just going to be watching the waiver wire. Yeah, so here door is open for a Soroka return. So you might see Mike Soroka. That would be an okay try. He had injury after injury after injury. Otherwise, when he's not injured, he's a very nice pitcher.
Yes. Oh, that reminds me. Christopher Morel got got called back up, and I was trying to get him everywhere I could, but Donovan swiped him for me. So I was trying to figure out who to drop, and right when I was trying to think about it, I saw you picked him up. I'm like,
That's
God
cool.
damn it! I
Yeah,
was pissed. I was
you
super pissed.
hesitate
I
like
mean,
a viper, man.
well, it was hard
Yeah, he
because
is.
it was hard because some of the guys that I had, there was one guy I could have dropped, but he was already playing, so I'm like, God damn it, because he was no use for me. A guy just picked off the waiver wire, and I was going to try to. He was playing, so I couldn't drop him in the midst of playing the game. So I'm like, God damn it! But some of my other guys over there. It was pretty hard for me to try to find somebody to drop that I didn't want to drop that was crucial to what I was doing already, and it was not easy because god damn, dude, that's loud as hell. I was just like, what the hell? I started hearing no, I started hearing
Timber
pin
be
drops.
timbers.
I started hearing pin drops, dude. It's
Oh
just
God,
yeah, loud. I got some nice loud or some yeah, it's loud. Got some
where
pin
did
drops.
Eli go to get his flashlight and
Yeah,
stuff?
Coming blind.
yeah. Because I had I had Matt Hanger. I could have dropped Ezekiel Tovar. I probably could have dropped him. McMahon, I had him from Colorado. I was maybe thinking of dropping Lewis Reg Regifno.
Rengifo.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe dropping him, but he's still useful to a point. Probably could have dropped um, Chase McCormick. I could have maybe dropped him, but he's kind of still highly rostered. So so I had some choices of I'm like, God dang it! So I wasn't quite sure who to drop. I probably could have dropped Tovar, but that's the guy I probably could have dropped possibly.
Yeah, he's not lighting it up like we thought he would. So
Yeah.
but you can't because I got him and you didn't.
I got him. I got him in one league, so I'm happy. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was gonna quick headlines here, quick, and then
One more quick name for the Brewers, the Braves. Alan.
Oh, speaking of morale, he just hit a home run.
Hey, moving on up. There's a couple things I'm reading. I have this article pulled up, and Alan Winans or Winans is a possibility to be called up. I think they said he was put on the 40-man, or he is on the 40-man, so he could come up. Or they're looking at. There's some rumors about a potential trade, and Mike Clevenger of all people is, which I wouldn't advise.
How do you spell that? You said Alan.
Oh, Winans. He would be potential, but I think Schuster and Dodd. That looks right.
Go pick him up before I do. Garrett.
Christopher Morel just smacked a 422-foot home run, which is awesome. Sean Money
Boy, got
says
a
Garrett
little bit of help.
Clevenger or Garrett Stone.
I I don't know. I mean, I think Schuster and
He probably made or Garrett or Braxton Garrett.
for trades, or what is he talking?
Yeah. What
Tory
is
Braxton.
I am.
I really think they're going to give Dodd and Schuster another go around and see, because Schuster's their number one pitching prospect, so he's the first one up. He's probably taken in a lot of deep leagues.
Oh, he said you brought up Mike Clevenger.
Yeah, I did. He's a bum. Don't touch him.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You heard it here. Don't touch him. So quick top headlines. Kyle Schwarber leaves after a foul ball off his foot. Aaron Hicks exits with a left hip tightness. Noah Syndergaard exits with a cut in his finger. Lance McCullers throws another bullpen today. Jacob deGrom sounds like he could miss another 3 weeks. So I guess you just kind of hold him and kind of leave him on your IL and play the waiver wire until then. Or is there anybody in the Texas lineup you could probably pick up?
If people haven't, Dane Dunning is likely going to take over his spot there.
Dang. Man,
And
this thunder is rumbling over my freaking headphones, dude. This is some loud shit, dude.
so if we disappear,
Yes, everybody knows. If the stream just clicks, it's because due to some serious bad weather.
Dane Dunning is likely going to get the nod in Texas to pick up some innings. They stretched him to 72 pitches his last outing, 5 innings. I don't know if it's going to work. He was doing really well in smaller doses, but it's when he gets that third time through the rotation stuff that he's had a problem with in his career. So we'll see what happens with him.
I'm sure that some smaller leagues, there should be some smaller, like some reliable guys on the waiver wire that especially in smaller leagues. Deeper leagues, probably not so much. Probably a guy like what Donovan just mentioned. You could probably use him for a few innings and try to find somebody else. Garrett Whitlock throws bullpen on Monday. Tyler O'Neill could start next rehab next Tuesday. Nick Lodoto pushed back due to some calf soreness, and Chad Wallnick heads to the injured list. Michael Brantley is shut down from hitting, so he must be trying to come back, and looks like he's got a shoulder injury. So
yeah, he's long in a tooth.
You mentioned Lodolo, and I'm like, the hits just keep cut. Reds can't afford to lose any more people.
Dude, like their list.
Hunter he can't get any run support when he does play.
If there's one thing, I don't know. Actually, it's a tie, I think, between the Reds and the Tigers for the longest injured list right now. They're just.
I want to cry. I want to cry or become a Rays fan. I don't know, one or the other.
No, the A's have a long list too.
Ooh, God.
Yeah, or it could be worse. God, yeah. How's my second best team in the AL Central Royals prediction going? Oh, they're awful.
Yeah. Yankees team is IL. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, well, yeah, they're under 500 this year, or pretty close to being under 500. So, I mean, a guy like I think does a guy like Judge, does he affect their lineup that much where they're not producing hits or runs is he one of their more valuable players in their lineup?
So far this year, I looked at his WAR. His WAR is like 0.9, so it's not usually the better players are 1 or above. So I mean, so far, I mean, he was off to kind of a sluggish start. So I mean, it's
Yeah, well,
I don't
that
know
I could tell he
the whole.
was for sure.
That division. We said it before the season started. That division's the best in baseball. The
Yeah.
AL East. I feel bad for you. I mean, if you got to be one of those 5 teams, I mean, there'll be at least 2 really good teams miss the playoff. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yankees are above 500, but it's just brutal
They're
over
pretty
there.
close. I mean,
But
they're
once they get healthy.
yeah. Sean says the Yankees have more money on the IL than most teams' payroll, total payroll.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
maybe they could send some of that money to the A's, and maybe the A's can turn it around and maybe be a sub 500 team.
Oh
Huh?
shit! Send it to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh gets a bat and maybe another starting pitcher, and they might make the damn World Series. Pittsburgh looks real good. They
Yeah,
could use some
Mitch.
money too.
Yeah, Mitch Keller had a he had an awesome pitching. He had an awesome night Monday night.
yeah.
Yeah, he had I think he had a shutout too. He had a nice shutout. So if he had like what 11 strikeouts or something like that. He was on fire last night. So
Let me tell you a little something about Mitch. Mitch Keller screwed me. He screwed me over hard this year in the Lion League.
Screwed me.
I in the original Lion draft, the Lion League, whatever it's being called, I picked number 1 overall pick Patrick Corbin, who's really starting to suck again. So that was great, but he started out good. Ryan Feltner of the Rockies, solid pick. But then I have 3 in a row here, 3 pitchers in a row. Mackenzie Gore, Josiah Gray, and Mitch Keller. These I should have the all-time suckiest team in all of Lion history, which this is the first one, and those 2 bums are keeping me out of first place. And I really, really I still am number 1? Well, all right. Never mind then. I can pick crappy teams. And these guys are gonna suck by the end of the year and make me better for it.
Yep, somebody says he suddenly pays attention. So
I dropped his league.
Somebody says, Donovan, are you still number 1 in the Lion?
Am I? I don't know. Yes, I am not sure. I got Ken Waldachuk also holding me down, pressing me. So that's awesome.
Sean says, I was like Mitch, Aunt Helen didn't see that coming. But yeah. Should we? So do you guys want to get into a couple of temperature check, guys? Hot and cold and all that.
Pull out the
Wonderful.
dipstick. Let's see what's going on.
Oh yeah. What's going on in Dipstick? Let's find out, shall we?
Sorry, Sean, but you gotta lose a little comment here. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Okay.
You're like 30
lot of
seconds
black
behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes. So Ji Hwan Bei. Many people didn't know who Ji Hwan Bei was prior to the season. I had him. What's up?
Jin Mon Bim.
Him too. I've had him in one of my 30 team leagues, just sitting there riding in my minor leagues, and was pleasantly surprised to see him get the call up.
Dude, can you hear that thunder in the microphone?
No, quit bugging me here. I'm
sorry.
trying to rant.
My bad. I'm sorry.
So
yeah, enough about your thunder problems.
Yes, right.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Bay started off the year. He had 2 home runs. Where are my notes? 2 home runs, and I got to count here. A few stolen bases already by early April. It was looking like he's coming on, which I didn't expect his power to carry, But boy, his power shut, shut right off. He hasn't had a home run since April 11th. He has had 11 stolen bases since then. So, I mean, to me, his batting average has kind of held around that two. He's been up and down. In May so far, starting in May, he's down to a 167 batting average. No home runs, no RBI, and 3 stolen bases. The Bay train has left the station and it forgot all of its cargo. So I think I'm going to try to get out on Bay while he still has 14 stolen bases in deeper leagues. If you could trade, this is a guy that you might want to get out on before he wrecks the rest of his numbers. I think it's cold. I think the Pirates will turn cold, and he's just a lead ice cube in the tray. I think that's my complaint on Ji-Hwan Bae.
That sounds like that should be on a T-shirt. The lead ice cube in the tray. I like that.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I think he's like 40% rostered, I believe, too, as well.
Yeah, so in your deeper leagues, he's a must roster player, but
most definitely.
It's been pretty tough. He had some pretty long stretches there of nothingness. And then at the end of April, he had a 2 stolen base game and a 3 stolen base game. But on the year, he's got 2 home runs and 9 RBI, and the majority of that came in the first couple of weeks of the season. So he's ice cold.
So yes. Sean says he started off like North Korea hitting nukes, but now things have gone south. That is funny.
So Donovan, he's more, when we do the football talk, we talk about a lot of DFS. Like, okay, you could probably if you get a guy to run for 200 yards and a touchdown, hey, he popped that day. So this Bay fellow, he's more of like a DFS guy, like where he can pop one day, go 2 for 4, 2 stolen bases, maybe 2 runs, like, and then he'll be ice cold. Like he's very, very high, hot and cold, just like this segment.
Yes. Pretty close. I mean, he's kind of been it seems like almost every bat position. I mean, it's been like almost 4 hits, or even he's gone longer than that. I mean, he's only gotten out of this whole month already. He's gotten not too many hits. So, I mean, he might not even be a DFS guy either. I mean, depending on his matchup, he's been really cold here lately.
And that's where I'm at right now. Like, the only way I'm going to start him in DFS is if you get deep. I mean, and there's people that dig deep into DFS, and if you're spotting him against a catcher or a pitcher that's known to have a slow release, or a catcher that has a jello arm, like that, he's going to rip some bases, maybe. But the problem is he's batting like 7th, 8th, or 9th on every given day at this point, where he was leading off when he was hot. Now he hasn't been hot for over a month, and he's in the back of that lineup. So he just, for me, when I play any sort of DFS, I kind of look for guys that are batting 1 through 4, because I know that the majority of the time I'm going to get one extra at bat to make extra points to, take home a little of the cheese. But this guy's just so cold right now. I'm just so out on him, and I'm seeing him dropped in 12 teams, and not quite yet in 15s, but that's coming really soon if he has another week like this. What keeps him in a 15 is that he's second base and outfield eligible, but mostly riding your pine for when you need him in right now. So he is so cold. So I don't know. I'm trading him in my deep leagues. Anybody wants him, come and get him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look here quick, and it looks like he plays better against left-handed pitchers than right-handed pitchers. So, if there's a lefty, he could play him against a lefty,
which is gonna suck for him then if he ends up in a short side platoon. So he might end up being short side platoon and just a pinch runner. That's where his career is destined right now. Unless he figures it out soon.
Right. Yeah. Other than that, that's what I was just kind of looking up here quick. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he plays better. He looks like he plays better away than at home. And during the day, he's not so great, but during the night, he looks like he's, his OPS is 709. And away, he's 631. So his slugging is better away and at night.
Here's my favorite statistic. He has 4 stolen bases when he bats left and 10 stolen bases when he bats right. I don't know what that has to do anything. I'm pretty sure he just has 14 stolen bases, but whether he batted right or left shouldn't change that. But, whatever. Yeah. Splits will tell you something, I guess.
Yeah, I thought I'd take a look at that real quick and see, but I mean, I guess he steals bases a little bit easier against when they're right-handed compared to left-handed. I don't know.
When he slides in with his left hand first. I don't know how they track that stat, but that made me chuckle.
That is a little funny, actually, kind of hilarious.
Ooh, Erod. Let me pull up Eduardo here. So Rodriguez right now is scorching hot. And, we all knew he could do it, and he's showing us spurts of it in the past. To buy in on him right now, it's just so dangerous that he's on the Tigers. So we know he's not going to get a lot of run support. However, if he's got a 1.81 ERA, 0.78 WHIP, but he's still only 3-2. So he's giving up less than 2 runs a game, and still, the team's finding ways to lose for him. So if you're picking up Erod, you're definitely not going for wins, which we really don't anyway when we're looking at pitchers. But the guy's doing everything we always wanted him to do in the past, and we'd always get little bits and pieces to keep us in on him all those years. When he came out in 2015, he came when he had a good ERA with the Red Sox. He won 10 games in his first year there. We were hooked, and we all wanted him. Then he kind of shit the bed next year a little bit, and then again in 2018, a 13-win, 2019, 20-win season, and we got all pumped up for him again. He figured out how to pitch strikeouts. His K per 9 went way up. But now, again, over the last couple of years, his K per 9's gone down a little bit. So, I mean, Erod right now is scorching hot. I just don't know if I would be out looking to pay for him, unless he was a part of a 2-part deal where you got Rodriguez and another asset that you need or want, for a player that you don't jump up and down on. Like, I'd trade Christopher Morel to you right now for him, but no. So I'm just very hesitant in this because he's pitching so well out of the gate. 7 games only, but he will regress, and I hope it isn't, because if he regresses to his regular average year, it's going to be a hard regression. He's going to have some rough summers coming up in Detroit. But
yeah, I'm just trying to look at his.
He's pitching too good. He's too
hot. His ERA
back at Ice Cube Tray.
Yeah, his ERA is better at home. ERA is better at home. During the at home, maybe during the day, it's actually a little bit better too. A 1.86. When they're traveling, he's got a 3.3 or 3.13 at ERA at nights, and he's got a 1.50 ERA. So he looks like he plays better at night and maybe at home than he does away and during the day.
They must not have pitched him. Must not have pitched him at home at night in Detroit because it was probably like 13 degrees.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, all right, his splits, outside of those, away, which a lot of time, depending, I don't even know where he played. away yet. Let's see if I could figure that out. Not offhand. Probably Houston and Tampa Bay are his two highest ERAs. So I mean, those teams are going to beat him up anyway. He did
Yeah.
well against the Mets. He did well against the Blue Jays. He did well against the Indians and the Orioles. So I mean,
The only teams that are blowing him up is Houston and Tampa.
yeah. So and Tampa was hotter than a pistol. So I mean, you know, he's pitching very well. He's pitching against decent teams, so things look good. But I just get kind of scared.
Well, we'll see.
With
We'll see
pitches
how
like
his
this.
yeah. We'll see how his May does. I mean, his April was 1.72
Yeah.
ERA, so we'll see how May comes along for sure. John says, and Duvall has hit as many home runs this year as J Ram, Machado, Trey Turner, and Castellana.
Gosh.
A lot of big contracts there with slow starts is what I'm sensing.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, what about, you could say Aaron Judge too? He hasn't hit any home runs yet, I don't think. I think he's maybe got one, maybe. No, I don't think he has any home runs. My bad. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we kind of talked about him before. I mean, Josh Jung. I just updated his stats here a little bit. Josh, I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna have some time to do one for myself because I was doing some other things for the show too as well. But yeah, we'll have to kind of get this on the road because it's already like 9 o'clock already. God dang. Josh Jung is a guy, and we talked about him a couple weeks ago. He's kind of, it seemed like his ceiling's actually going to be going up, so I don't think he's going to be any. I don't really see any digression, from him right now. So whatever he's projected, I think he's going to match some of those. He's already had two double dongs already, and within I think 3-4 days, I believe it was. He had one day, and 3-4 days later he had another one. So I mean, he's rocking the homers right now for sure. So if you can get him on your team, go for it. I'm sure he's out there in some waiver wires too as well. I know I picked him up in a couple. I'm sure in ESPN he's out there for sure. I know he is on ESPN because no one's picking him up out in ESPN, but he's out there for sure.
It's been 5 days since he double donged last. Just let it go.
No, I'm not going to. But yeah, no, it's been great. No, it's someone that's someone that's been, I think we mentioned a 10th or 11th rounder is, he's surpassing some of these guys that you got in the 5th round. So I mean, that's just some good value, man. That's all I'm saying.
From the looks of it, from what we saw a couple weeks ago when we had him, he's kind of maintaining that same pace though. It's kind of slow and steady. I think he was average was a little bit better, but everybody's average drops as the season goes, so that's not that alarming. But yeah, home runs, RBIs, OPS, that's all pretty much stayed consistent, pretty close. So I don't know. What do you think about his long-term prospect the rest of the season, Donovan? Like if you trade for him or pick him up or
definitely in a dynasty setting, I'd be looking to acquire him before he makes too many more big pops like that. He's still carrying a lot of value though from prospect pedigree coming into the season. When you hear your prospect's name and you have him, you get excited. When you hear a prospect's name and you want him, you kind of go, damn, shut up. Don't talk about him, especially in baseball. Because, I mean, once they're close, man, like people, TGFBI this week, Bryce Miller went for 431 out of 1,000 in my league, and the runner-up was 352. It just blew my mind. I saw Matt Mervis go for $400 out of $1,000 budget. Just this, maybe it was this week, but there's been 2 $400 bids in my TGFBI league, which is great for me because you know what? I didn't get them, but I'll be able to get more down the road if I can hang in it. And so things are good there. But just like I said, as you hear the names more and more and more when it's a prospect wise, you just pay so much when they come up. So right now, I think his stock is a little high. I wouldn't buy today. I wouldn't trade today, but in
Why
Dynasty, you might
not? Why not trade for him?
because I don't want
Maybe he's the next Aaron Judge.
like this year, he might be the next Aaron Judge, except for he doesn't play outfield. So,
Why can't a third baseman be an Aaron Judge?
because Aaron Judge doesn't play at third base. So,
uh,
in redraft, I think you
so
paid a lot for his
the
capital, but
here's my question: if he meets if he surpasses a lot of his projections this year, would he be would he be a guy to talk about that's a third baseman next year? I think he's third baseman.
yeah, he's a third baseman.
Yeah. Would he go over some of the other guys that are third, not like Devers or Bobby Witt Jr. Would he be close to some of those guys next year?
He's already got 8 home runs this year. So unless he hits an absolute wall, right now he's doing exactly what everybody said he was going to do. So he came in high already for a guy who hasn't played baseball and then got injured and then, came back into the season injured. Like he went pretty high already. And if he keeps hitting home runs like this, and he gets that 35 home runs, yeah, he's going to be Alex Bregman level, because Alex Bregman's probably a little less, and Bregman gets kind of floated up. Bregman gets pushed up in the rankings because of more of his point setting. So in the beginning of the year, ADPs and rankings are based off of a lot of different factors, and the general overall consensus mixes all those together. So it pushes Alex Bregman up a little bit because he's so valuable in points. I don't think that Jung is going to be quite as valuable in point setting, but he's going to get up there. He probably passes Alex Bregman if he hits 35 home runs this year.
All right. Sean says Judge had 6 homers this year. I'll shut up. Now you can wrap it up. Sean.
Well, compared to he did last year, it's almost like he has 0.
Sean also says he's Jung like a horse. Yeah. All right. All right. I think Eli wants to talk about a few guys. Well, before we get to Eli's hot and cold players here, quick. Let's play a quick game here. Game here of keep, cut, trade. So I think this is a little bit. Yeah. So we got
yes.
we got Sodai Singa, Edrario Rodriguez, and we got Sony Gray. So you either keep, cut, or trade these guys.
What redraft?
Yeah, let's do redraft, because I think that'd make it a little bit easier. Dynasty if you want to do a dynasty, kind of outlook on that too, you could do it that way too. Redraft or dynasty, it won't matter. You can do both.
Well, I think it changes slightly, but my trade right away in all is Sonny Gray in any format. Another guy that's pitching out of his mind, and it will not he will not be the Cy Young winner. So I mean that bus.
Oh, I know.
that Sonny Gray
with this guy.
His middle name should be Speed, and that's after the lovely movie from my childhood, Sonny Speed Gray. If that bus goes under 50 miles an hour, it's going to blow up, and it's getting close. So you got what's her name at the wheel right now? I'm a bad movie guy.
It's about to strike midnight, Cinderella.
So he's a trade in all situations, I think, for me.
Okay. So it sounds like you'll be cutting Sodai Singa.
So I'm cutting Senga in redraft and keeping Eduardo in redraft. probably against my better judgment. But I think in Dynasty, I'd flip those two to
You
keep
gotta you
Senga
gotta
and cut.
you gotta cut somebody.
Yeah,
It's the whole point of it.
right. So redraft, I am uh keep Eduardo. Oh God, no. Actually, I think I'm gonna keep Senga in redraft. Keep Senga in redraft. Cut Eduardo just because he's on the Tigers, and trade Sonny Gray because he's got so much value right now. And in Dynasty, I think might be the same order. I guess.
All right, there you
I
go.
think
Eli,
Senga might give you more.
yeah. All right, Eli, go
I
ahead.
I don't do dynasty in baseball, obviously. So I'll
Well,
just
just
do the
redraft.
redraft.
Yeah, that's fine.
Obviously, yeah, I agree with Donovan 1,000%. I'm trading Sonny Gray. This can't, this can't, this won't. He'll be, dude. There'll be something. There'll be a 15-day, 60-day. Something's gonna happen this summertime. I mean, it's gonna strike midnight on this guy. So ship him out while he's hot. Eduardo Rodriguez, I'm keeping, and Senga, I'm cutting you, boy, out the door. Out the door.
Ooh,
Rodriguez, you know what, I like what he's done in the past. He's one of the guys I remember. So it's more nostalgia than anything, and he's off to a pretty good start. The first month of the season, so that's why I'm keeping him.
yeah.
Good list. I like this, man. We should do more of it. You got any
Yeah.
more? Any more?
Yeah. Yes, I got some more. Let's
Give
see
me
here.
more.
Yep, I would, in
Give me
my eyes,
more,
I would
Daddy.
trade Coda. I would trade Coda Singa. I would cut Eduardo Rodriguez, and I would trade. Oh wait, I would keep Sonny Gray.
Hey, do I have a deal for
Ooh.
you?
Do ya?
Yeah.
I know. I just think
You're gonna
I got you a keeper coming in a 20-man league.
yeah. Singa's actually he's been pitching very well here lately, and I think I think he'll keep this up, and
I just like his Ks and his win potential. The Mets
yeah,
will
yeah,
get
yeah.
better. And
Yep, and that's what I was kind of looking at too. I was like, let's do it was kind of quick and on the fly, and I was like, well, let's just do this, and that's what I did. So I was pretty happy with.
yeah,
I
you
thought it
picked
was
good ones.
yeah, I thought it was pretty good. That's what I thought, anyways. I wanted a quick look at his. Yeah, he's got 4 wins and 1 loss already, and his 1 loss was pretty early in the season too. I think it was his second time out. I think it was. I think he ended up with his loss. So, but yeah, we got one more. So these are all kind of some I didn't really do like some real sluggers. So I kind of did some short stoppers that kind of some speedsters. So we got Esteri Ruiz, we got Jazz Chisholm, and Ezekiel Tovar. So keep cut trade. And anybody in the comments or in the live stream, you guys can make some comments too and see what you guys think too as well.
Absolutely. I'll start here, man. I'll keep Ruiz. I think this kid's got the goods, man. He's in a lot of the top categories, especially stolen bases and batting average. Like he's right up there. See what Donovan thinks, but yeah, definitely keeping him. Chisholm, I'm cutting. Strikes out too much. I think he's got the highest. At least when I checked a couple weeks ago. I mean, it might be different now, but he was the highest like strikeout rate guy in the whole majors. So yeah, I don't want any part of him. I know he can steal a few bags, and then Tovar by default, I'm gonna trade. And like I don't have a ton. I'd have to look on my phone for his season so far, but yeah, Tovar I would definitely trade. But Ruiz, of these guys, Ruiz, I'm hook, line, and sinker. We're going to Red Lobster together. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, so this is you picked some good ones here, Jamie.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, I have to cut Tovar. He just doesn't quite fit. Now, Ruiz, so fast. He's flash power, in the past. He hasn't been hurt yet. So to me, like, boy, like Jazz Chisholm has that injury bug plaguing him right
He's
now.
you remember Donovan? You remember Billy Hamilton? That's who Chisholm
Oh,
is. He's Billy Hamilton.
yeah,
He
but
strikes out a lot. Average is terrible. Like speed. I mean, he could
yeah,
steal
I
probably
think
70 bags, but
I I don't know if I would really want to keep Esri Ruiz. I have him in a lot of places.
I got him in a few I got him in a couple places
I
too.
just don't think the power is going to be what I normally would um, want. So I guess if I was in a roto league or something, I'd want Estri Ruiz because he's going to have 60 stolen bases. Um, but if I was in a head-to-head league, I'd probably want Jazz Chisholm because he gives me the opportunity to have both power and speed. But he's never healthy, so I guess I'll keep Ruiz, trade Chisholm, and cut Tovar is kind of what I think I'd do. I think just because Chisholm has a lot more trade value than Tovar. That's my thought process.
All right. Yeah, I would probably keep Essery myself. He's somebody in that A's has got to be doing something. So and actually there are just a couple few A's guys that I kind of picked up in deeper leagues for some streamers. Um, but yeah, I would go with Urez. He's leading the pack in steals. I would probably cut Tovar. I got him in my 20 man. I'm not really happy with him with his output right now, and I would trade Jazz.
I think
Jazzy
that's
Jeff.
wise.
Yes. Oh, we got a random question here. It's Matt Dude. Would you guys take Yelich and C's for Kershaw?
I think so.
Yeah, I would take Kershaw. I
And I
mean,
think I do that in just about any format.
yeah, because you can always. I mean, I guess it depends on what's your format. I guess is it are you 12 man, 10 man? Is it points leagues? Is it categories leagues? So that kind of helps out too quite a bit too. But yeah, for sure, I would. You know what's funny? Actually, somebody had Tony Gonsolin on the waiver wire in an ESPN league, and I snagged him up, picked him up right away.
Gobbled that right up.
Yeah, but I'm like, what? I'm like, who is in the
Robble.
bright mind has Gonsolin on the freaking waiver wire? And I'm like, dude, no. So yeah, I picked him up right away.
Yeah, I think no matter I don't know how deep the league is.
Yep.
Yelich, I think that was 2 weeks ago. I talked about him being
Yep.
pretty
You
much
did.
washed, and
Yep. You
I
did.
just
I
I
think.
hate to see it. He was such a good baseball player, but back issues and whatever else, and but so worst comes to worst, so you break it down to Cease for Kershaw. I'll take Cease because he's just going to get you immense strikeout plus side. So he had a crappy start the other day. What day is it today? Monday. I think he had a pretty terrible start, but
Yeah,
I
the
think that's
Royals. I'm about to talk about him a little bit here.
so. I think I'd do that. Smash that accept button,
Yep.
and then
There
the
you
like
go.
button, and then the like button on this
Yep.
after.
Yeah. 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 It's Matt Dudes. Yeah. If you haven't. Oh, he said he would be giving
Oh,
up Kershaw so to get
Yeah,
Yelich and Cease.
yeah. I give Kershaw for them. Yes, bye Kershaw. Sorry, man. They'll manage his innings later in the year if they're playoff bound and like yeah, he'll have a phantom IL stint.
Yep. So
So
it's a 14 team league and it's a points league as
yeah,
well. So
I want Cease, especially in a points league, but as the year goes on, Kershaw, if he has any issues, they'll manage his innings.
so he's gonna be get so he would be giving up Kershaw for Yelich and Cease I like, but too bad he couldn't get another batter up in there. That'd be kind of if he had a different batter up there. I think that would. I mean, I probably wouldn't want anything to do with Yelich, but
No, but like I say, you can dump his dead ass
yeah,
or turn around and trade him. He's still worth something to someone. I mean, he's a
Yeah,
you
name
know,
value.
yeah,
low
yeah,
100 P in the beginning of the year. So go and get
yeah,
someone who's catching a flame right now. Like last week, you could have traded him for Nick Senzel or something.
yeah. Yeah,
Whatever.
Matt. Yeah, Matt. If you haven't, hit that little bell and like button, so subscribe to us and all that fun stuff too. And our yep, and our Discord is actually in the link or in the description as well. So I mean, there's opportunity for you there too as well to ask questions away. Yeah.
You know what
But
Matt could use? He could Jay. He could use a temperature check, and I'll bang these out real quick because I know we're getting a little late in the time. Let me
Jesus.
yeah,
Oh, good. The red light dock is in.
yeah.
red light district here. Let's see who's hot, who's not. Doing a little check. Okay. So first up,
Oh my god.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr. I know Jay remember, he loves the Blue Jays, and he tore it up
I
for
do.
years with the Blue Jays, and
Yeah.
first season with Arizona, you know, kind of been solid, but this past week, I like to do my temp. Donovan does over the course of the year, and so I try to do, kind of mix it up. I try to do like a more of a snapshot. So this is just the past week. Had a good week. Hit over 500, 9 runs, 4 homers. OPS was insane. Crazy. And he's only rostered on 39%. So. And that's just an average in general between Yahoo, ESPN, a few of the other platforms. But man, that's low. What would you guys say for a 39% rostered on averaging between a couple places? Like what's your likelihood of getting him? Like it would have to be like a 10-man, 12-man league, maybe 14. Like what's the likelihood you could maybe pick him up?
Oh, in 10-man, most definitely you could. If no one's taken, but yeah, most definitely you can get him in a 10-man for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely there.
Yeah.
Some 12s, maybe a couple handful of 15s. But
Yeah.
now that he got hot this week, that'll go up a lot. The problem with Arizona is that polluted outfield. He got a little bit of run when Corbin Carroll was out, took advantage of his time. So there'll be, kind of some moving around there. Alec Thomas is sitting on the pine, so he fills in. But I don't know. He's worth a stab.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind him. I've each time. I mean, I've always been a Blue Jays fan. I've always tried to have some sorts of shares of him somewhere or another because, I mean, he can bat well. I mean, not like he can't get in home runs or RBIs. I mean, he's a well-rounded batter in my eyes.
He played in 4 games
Let's
the
do
last
another
week. So
oh, yep. This just in my ear. Yep, there's another temperature check coming. This one, I think he's a rookie. I think he's a rook. Just got called up. Oh yes. Bryce Miller. Oh yes. Maybe he's related to the two of you. I don't know. He's been tearing it up. The last 7 days, that's been his career. So he's 1-0 so far, 15 strikeouts, over 12 innings. So, I mean, over a K, over a K per inning. 2 quality starts. Barely given. I think he's given up like 1 run, 2 runs maybe. Roster 48% roster. That's another guy probably in a smaller league, or like you guys do with the dynasty, or would you invest in him early? This is kind of from what I was researching between, we went to Texas A&M to college, and the minors, quick stop there. these are kind of his averages, like over the course of big snapshot over the course of a full season that he's pitched. So I'm just wondering, like, do you go all in? Is he a phenom? Is he going to bolster? I mean, I think the Mariners are a playoff team, so I mean, I could see them being on like the starting rotation at the end of the year. But I was just going to see what you guys think so far of Bryce Miller and like what his long-term projections are for the rest of the season.
So, phenom, probably not a phenom, but he's definitely going to be a very solid major league pitcher. In a dynasty league, you're going to have to pay up for him, especially he came up with those 2 hot starts like that. So it's going to cost you if you want him. The deeper the dynasty, it's really tough to trade for these guys. You need to let some of the, polish wear off before you go after them, because the owners will want everything plus your firstborn child, plus your secondborn child, and they should, because some of these deeper ones that I'm in, we sit on these assets. I have 18-year-old baseball player. There was 16-year-old kids being taken in this last draft that I was in, so you sit on them for 7 years, but so once they get close, you try to acquire these guys early on when they're still in going through the system. That's when you try to get these guys, because when they come up, you can't afford them. But so if you could find someone to trade right now, is a good time in a redraft if you believe in them, to go out and get them. You're going to pay up, but maybe you need pitching. So definitely in a redraft. In a dynasty, if you think you got a shot, this is a guy you should look at. If you got a shot and you're willing to trade, next year's success, go ahead. I think this guy's got some stuff to stay up here. He's not going to pitch this well all year, but.
Oh man,
I dig him. I
got pitch black.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, I like Bryce. I was actually trying to watch some of the Bryce and Mason game there a little bit. Their matchup, and I was kind of surprised. I was kind of like, both of them were coming off pretty damn hot. I was like, ooh, which guy is actually going to get the dub and get the win? And Mason, I think Mason took the dub. So Bryce kind of took he didn't get the L, but Bryce kind of, they were both actually on the trajectory of actually having a shutout game, but someone hit the ball. So yeah, that kind of ended that.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of got that McClanahan vibe. He's got those high Ks, high K per 9, and so he's a good fit. He fits in any format. Just gives you those strikeouts, and hopefully he can keep under a 3.5 ERA for the rest of the year, and you'll be rock solid with him. And the Mariners are a decent team, so they should give him some support.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, who knows if he keeps. Maybe if he keeps playing the way he is, maybe this will kind of end up him being kind of, a high prospect to look at for next year's draft, probably.
What do we got going on there, Eli?
Is this a load?
You look cold, man.
Bird. I am. This thing will ever load. This thing doesn't like Dylan Cease. There we go. Bird. All right. Well, his temp came in and it's like 50 below. No, I mean, he's still getting his strikeouts like he does. He's still one of the leaders. I think it's 49 for the entire season. So, he's still up there in strikeouts. That one really rough outing Donovan was just talking about against the Royals, he gave up 7 runs. That's kind of why his ERA is ballooned there, and his WHIP too is a really bad start. But I thought I'd get that in there because it's probably the only time of the this season that we'll be talking smack about Dylan Cease. He's one of the best. So this is more of just a bad week. I don't think you guys think this is any start of any like month-long, struggle, or like he's going to be bad the rest of the year. Get Donovan's
No.
2 cents, and then Jay's.
Nope. It was an anomaly, right? I mean, you're gonna have these when you're a pitcher in the major leagues. You're gonna have a bad day, and it happens to all of them. I mean, the problem is recently his ERA has been trending up. His, giving up some runs, but I mean, it's still early. He'll average out. The guy gives you good strikeouts. I'm a Cease believer. I have him on a ton of teams. He's a guy that I targeted just because of his strikeout upside. So let's see. He played. Well, it started off with the Rays. The Rays got him scared, and then he screwed up against the Twins a little bit, and he screwed up against the Royals, who really suck. So I don't know. It's just he's off. That team is just trash. It's a hot mess there. So I really feel that Cease will be okay. And just like we told Matt earlier, I'd still trade him for Kershaw just because I think he's a gamer. He's gonna come. He's gonna get on a good run here and pay you dividends. So don't worry.
Most definitely. I had C's last year, and he helped me win a championship.
Yeah.
So he's. I mean, he's a top guy that's going off the first couple of rounds. So I mean, there's the reason why everybody likes him. So, all right.
One more. The doctor says one more. An apple a day keeps Eli away. One more. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's. You talk about it's 50 below, man. This guy, this is damn Jupiter here, man. This is like 200 degrees below zero. Julio Rodriguez, PU. Ooh, this a rotten. Oh God. 2 for 25. No steals, 2 RBIs. OPS is like half of his normal average. Just hideous. God. But obviously 99% rostered. I mean, this isn't like you're not gonna pick it, unless some idiot loses their shit for a cup of coffee. Like nobody's gonna just drop him or something dumb. I don't know. What do you think of
Not even vitamin water?
about his?
Not even vitamin water?
You need to get some of that prime, like KSI and Logan Paul got. Is this like the snapshot? Could this lead to more, or is this just a bad week? Kind of see what you guys think about. Julio's a stud, I think. Especially, I mean, last year, that was one of the greatest rookie years ever. If you think about it.
Yeah, and so, going back to last year, right? He was the number one prospect in baseball, and he came up and he just shoved, man. He did it all, and so we saw his ADP. He was the number one in a lot of spots, and he's a keeper of mine. He's on a dynasty team of mine, and I got him as early as I could, right? So like I have a lot invested in him and his success, and it's just been a terrible 2-week stretch here, or 1 week, probably about 2 weeks now. He's really kind of went down the toilet bowl here, but he'll be back. He's just off. I'm not going to worry yet. If you can find somebody that you could trade like a third rounder or something to acquire Julio
There you go.
Rodriguez, that's what I'd be looking for.
Aaron Judge, Rodriguez trade. There you go.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
That's that needs to be up like a Twitter poll or something. Ooh, I'm seeing if anybody would bite on that. I would. I think. Yeah, dude. This guy is Aaron Judge was probably an extra tool. I mean,
there we go.
I mean, this Julio Rodriguez. This is.
Let's go put that on a tweet right now, guys. So if any of you guys got Twitter, my at is at AutorhythmFant. I'm gonna make a Twitter poll. Would you trade Aaron Judge for Julio Rodriguez?
Solid.
There we go.
Mine's going to be a no.
Hey, this is for shits and giggles, man. It's for fun. Come on now.
It's still going to be a no.
I think it's about to warm up in here, boys. I'm all better.
All better now. Yeah, Julio hit a homer run a couple days ago, so maybe we'll see him turn around now. We'll see. It's really been a rough couple weeks though for him.
Right.
It's been a few rough weeks for Julio, but it's been 15 long years for Tiger Woods. This is the Book of Eli today. This disgrace here. This is the segment where I get to kind of step outside the baseball circle or the football circle. Whatever the episode, the theme is. This is my chance to kind of put some, my thoughts on some random goings in the sports world. This idiot, Tiger Woods, got accused of sexual harassment again by one of his ex-girlfriends. I mean, this guy has been with hookers, strippers, my aunt. I mean, he has made the rounds. He loves himself some waitresses. Married his nanny. It never stops with this guy. And she was saying like they were supposed to go on a trip together, and then he like blindsided her last minute and said, pretty much canceled their plans. And then he's like, get out. He changed the locks on the door and some other crap, and then basically made her sign like a non-disclosure agreement. And it's more Tiger Woods being Tiger Woods, but that's just like the celebrity part. If this guy was still producing at a high level, if he was up there with Jordan Spieth or Dustin Johnson, some of the better golfers in the world, you could kind of tolerate it. Rory McIlroy. This clown has won 2. Oh my God, this guy's won 2 PGA tournaments in 10 years. I don't care if he's 47. This guy has won 2 tournaments in 10 years, and we're still talking about him. Tiger Woods hasn't been Tiger Woods in almost 20 years. Okay, this guy, look, he's not even a top 1,000 golfer in the world, and we still talk. He's still making headlines. I don't know what the curiosity is. Maybe because he slept. Because he slept with probably 1,000 women. So what? Wilt Chamberlain slept with like 10,000. That's. Tiger's. That's just a drop in the bucket to Wilt. Tiger. I don't know what you guys think, but get your 2 cents, and then we can sign off here. But yeah, this guy's a disgrace. He is an absolute joke, and I'm tired of hearing about Tiger Woods. He's like, "What have you done for me lately?" He ain't done a damn thing.
I think
closed.
Oh, close. Slammed it. I think he had quite the little stint there where he was golfing with his son for a while, right? And do you think that was more about repairing his name or trying to find some other chicks? He was out there. There hunted some women. Like, oh, look what you're cute.
He's out there. He's out there cougar hunting like me. But it's just more manipulate. This guy's a manipulator. This guy, that's more manipulation tactics from Tiger Woods, trying to put on a good show for the press.
Yep.
It's just more him being him.
You're right. With a lot of these guys, when they have ultimate success, right? Like when they don't have it, they need it. And that's what he's doing right now. I just got to keep going and keep trying, even though, it's the Brett Favre syndrome. Like I could have went out on top, but I'm just going to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So like, just keep going until
them paychecks.
Just keep going. And
yep. I have nothing to say on this guy because he's just a celebrity wannabe now. But yeah, I have nothing to say on this guy. All he does is hits a little T-ball. So whatever.
He can't play. All he does is
He's got tiny balls.
He can't do that anymore. One of the 3 of us could probably beat him on an 18 course. He's done.
Not me.
Beat him. Tiger's. I don't want to ever. This is the last time you'll ever see that graphic. I've had enough. Get out of here. Get out.
Yeah.
There we go. No.
Quickly before we get up out of here, Louis Varland had.
Like a bad STD. Get out of here.
Oh, geez. I was saying here, Shane Bieber had 14 swings and misses, and Louis Varland from the Twins has 14 swings and misses in his outing. I was thinking about picking him up, but but I wasn't quite sure. I don't really
Yeah,
know
I was
anything.
scared too.
I wasn't quite. I didn't really didn't know anything about him and whatnot. But it's maybe next time around we'll have to see. But yeah, I think we had ourselves a nice, good episode. We had a lot of comments. We had a lot of people chiming in. We had a newbie come in, ask a question. So that was always fun. So yeah, I think we were pretty well formal. Instead of my name botching, thanks for Sean. Thanks, Sean, for giving us a 4-star review. Appreciate it, man. uh,
It's part of his charm, though. It's part of the charm.
yeah. So I did put a tweet out there. Would you trade Aaron Judge for Julio Rodriguez? So
J-Rod. I'm going to
yeah.
it right now.
So yeah, if you're out there, go ahead and vote. The poll's open for 7 days. So go out there and have a little fun, and let's see what happens. So I think that kind of covers everything. I don't know. We'll see if we'll have a football show next week or a baseball show next week. So it'll be up to Donovan and his time because I know he's got a lot of baseball stuff going on too as well. So that will kind of play it by the ear of the corn cob. So
the ear of the corn cob.
I don't know. As terms of we'll play it by
bring
ear.
up corn cobs after we just talked about Tiger Woods.
One yes and 2 no's so far on the votes.
Ooh, damn. Isn't that interesting? Woo! All right. Well, we'll
Good
see
debate,
how that
guys.
goes, and maybe I'll share that tweet a little bit more in the Discord and see how many people will get commenting on that bad boy. So
I'll put it out there too.
yeah, alrighty. So make sure you guys make sure everybody make sure you get in our Discord. The links are in the description below. So if you guys want to join us, want to try a different platform or whatever, go ahead and jump in. And the water is pee warm, so it's always good. It's not ice cold either.
Yeah, I was cold earlier, and then I jumped in that piss water. All good.
But yeah, you can also follow us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. So if you are out and about and don't have time to view our show or catch us live streaming, we're always available on the interwebs via all those nice contents I just named off.
We're there for you.
And as always, and as always, the Palazzo podcast. We want to thank all those guys too. They're part of the family. So go check them out as well. Govier, Chad, all them boys over there. So support our stuff, support them.
Yeah, make sure you follow Donovan on Twitter at Spitting Seeds BB, and then he also does. Yep, he does have a Discord as well that I will put in with the link here real quick or in the comment section below. And yeah, I think that kind of covers everything.
Real good.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, appreciate everybody's time. All right, time to get up out of here, and hopefully, I think the thunderstorms are all over with now. I think so. I think that's a blessing.
You could safely head to work.
Yes, I can safely head to work without any issues. So, all right, everybody, from Out of Rhythm, I'm Jamie. That's Eli, and it's Donovan. We appreciate your time.
Later,
We will
guys.
see you guys next time.